Bruh.
What happened?
I don't know.
Wait, it says we're recording.
Yeah, we are. I can edit it out. It's fine. But what the fuck happened? This is a good blooper.
Okay.
Oh, what the fuck? StreamYard pisses me off, man. All right.
That's the first time that's happened.
Yeah, for you.
Oh, for me. Yeah. I'm a good luck charm, I guess.
Apparently, yeah.
Okay.
All right, now let's do the actual intro. God.
Hit toward third. Castro has it. Spins. Fires. A perfect game. Roy Halladay has thrown the second perfect game in Philadelphia. Line drive right center field. Base hit. Ground ball over the mound. Waiting for it. One thing, he booted it. One runner's in. Here comes the throw. Save! Hits one in the air. Center field, back it goes. Harper, the swing of his life. Fastball hits the left. It is long gone. And Hamilton with a 3-2 pitch, swing and a high fly ball deep center field. Herrera back on the track and did he make the catch? He fell down and he's got.
Here's the strike by Robinson. The 3-0 pitch. Swing and long drive. There it is. Number 500. The career 500th home run.
What is going on, everybody? Welcome to the episode 15 of the Bell Smashers podcast. I'm your host, Kylie.
And I'm Jen.
And no Haley this week. She is on sabbatical. No, I'm just kidding. She's in Miami right now having a fun time. So very jealous of her. You were both in Florida.
We were just in different places. So would have been great to meet up eventually.
Eventually, yeah, right. Opening day, hopefully. But before we get into all of that, because you were at spring training, so we're definitely going to talk about that.
Mm-hmm.
Before we get into that, we are brought to you by Fired Up Sports Network and Manscaped. We appreciate you both. With Manscaped, they just released the hedge trimmer kit, and they have a whole bunch of stuff, and I literally can't say enough nice things about their products. Well, not me personally, but who I've given the stuff to, because I can't use all of it. I don't exactly have a beard, but their products are great, and we have a little discount for you. Use code BELLSMASH at checkout for 20% off and free shipping. So that's a pretty good deal, I think, you know?
I agree. Great deal. Take advantage of it.
Absolutely. Now let's get into the episode. So last week we had Derek Hall.
Yeah.
Who we're recording on Wednesday. So he just hit that home run today.
Absolute moonshot.
I think it's still in the air. No one knows.
Literally, the camera guy had to refocus and find the ball.
Yeah, it was a freaking moonshot. We tied that. That was the most Phillies way to end the game I have ever seen in my life.
I agree. For those of you who weren't watching, we had a lead that was 4-2, but then
With
in
two
the bottom
outs
of
in
the
the
ninth,
ninth.
yeah, the game ended because in a tie, 4-4, because of a 2-run wild pitch.
That is the most Phillies thing I have ever heard in my life.
Same.
And the funny part is, it's just spring training, so you don't get mad, but it's just like all you can do is say Phillies baseball is back.
Yeah, and there were some of those people who were mad, of course.
Of course.
But not us, as you know.
No, we are the positive bunch.
We are.
We like to consider ourselves the Players Podcast.
I like to consider us the Players Podcast also. I want to, because when you're a young woman, especially, you're kind of conditioned not to celebrate your successes and your wins in life because you're going to be seen as cocky or what. And so I don't want to do that. I think that we should celebrate that we had Jordan Disson, one of our top prospects, come on, and shout out to him. And then Mark Appel came on, and the following week we had Derek Hall. So we have had 2 current Phillies players interviewed in the past 2 weeks. We're only 15 episodes in, and it's the off season. Like, it's just absolutely incredible. We want to thank everyone who has listened and supported us. But Kylie, I want to give you your flowers too, because you're the one who had, and also it's a miracle that I haven't cried yet on the pod.
I know.
Because I sent videos of me crying to Kylie during regular season games because I'm so happy. So I wear my heart on my sleeve. And you just had this vision for this podcast. And you had the name, you had everything, and you just needed your co-host. So that's where Haley and I came along. So props to you.
I appreciate you. You know that. You and Haley have been awesome, and this whole thing has been absolutely insane. We literally talked to Derek Hall, and like we've talked to Mark Appel, we've talked to a top 50 prospect, like in 14 episodes, because this is the 15th. Like,
Yeah,
it's crazy, and I it blows my mind how much support this podcast has gotten. I love it.
I love it too. And again, yeah, and just off the pod, you've become one of my closest friends. So I just love you.
I love you too, Jen.
And yeah, again, we want to be the Players Pod. We appreciate them. Like, we didn't know how much time any of them would spend with us.
Mm-mm.
And the fact that everyone gave us the full hour, and they were so emotionally vulnerable and open and just shared a lot of things that they didn't have to share, but because we made them feel comfortable, they did. We will always really appreciate you, Jordan Disson, Mark Appel, and Derek Hall, so much. We love you guys.
Yeah, they're all just great guys, and I can't say enough nice things about them. I love them all. And when Hall hit that home run, dude, we both went insane.
We did.
Because when they we loved them before, but now that he's on the podcast and we've talked to him and it means a little more.
Yeah, we feel like we know him, after spending an hour together, just talking not just about baseball, but about life. Derek Hall's wonderful wife, Ashley, follows us. So shout out to her. Thank you for your support. So yeah, it's just been amazing. And again, we wanted to start this because we love the Phillies. We love baseball. And also, it is important that we're an all-female podcast. Again, wanted to show people that we exist.
Yeah.
Female fans, especially like super fans who watch every game, who know the game deeply and care about it. We need to normalize that.
Yeah, for sure. And I think what we're doing is a good start.
I agree.
So it's exciting. But with that being said, all the excitement with the season starting, and you were at spring training. You were at the second game with Trey Turner's start. How exciting was that?
Oh my gosh. I wasn't sure, who would be starting that second game. It was just all by chance, really. That was the weekend that worked best for myself and my best friend Kristen. Shout out Kristen, my best friend literally since kindergarten. So she's basically my sister. So we both grew up huge Phillies fans all of our lives, and she has a 1-year-old baby at home, but her lovely wife Kim watched the baby so that we could have like a best friends weekend. And Clearwater was incredible. The beach, the restaurants, the vibes, the people is amazing. So many Phillies fans. There's a lot of signs that literally say like "Welcome Phillies fans." Great
That's
atmosphere.
awesome.
Yeah. And then Baker Ballpark is just incredible. And we had really good seats behind home plate. So got a close look at Trey Turner and the other guys.
Yeah. Yeah, you definitely did. And the Costi homer helped a lot too.
Oh my gosh. So funny story, we've talked, if you've been listening for a while, Kylie and I have talked about our Apple Watch and how the noise alert goes off when you're in a loud environment. And so that obviously happens in a Phillies game, especially playoff games. But it happened during the Castellanos home run. And when I took, if you check our Bell Smashers posts, like I posted my watch, it said like 100 dB or whatever. Like, and somebody, again, I don't know their username, but thank you for retweeting and saying like Philly sports fans are so passionate that we set off the sound alarms in a preseason game. First of all, it doesn't count. Second of all, it's not even in Philadelphia. It's in a different state. And yeah, there was another thing, but just those two things alone, that we were that excited that we set off the sound alarms, speaks volumes about the passion of Philly fans.
Yeah, 100%. And we live in the DC area, so we experience fandom outside of Philadelphia, and it is not even close to what Philly does. It is insane. You never see Washington people rep their Washington stuff, no matter the season. The Commanders, you don't really see the Nats anymore. You don't, like, if you're in Philadelphia any given day, no matter the season, you'll see an Eagle shirt, you'll see a Philly shirt, Sixer. No matter the team, they will always wear the shirts. All season.
All season and the off season. Like,
yeah. You can't say the same about a lot of other places.
And I tweeted this today, but so today's game was broadcast on the Twins broadcast.
Boring.
So we were watching that. But I was those guys on the broadcast brought up several times how, first of all, there's a lot of Phillies fans here. The Phillies fans travel very well. And number two, they're wearing, McGraw jerseys and Roy Halladay and Aaron Nola, like all different decades. They started naming all these different players from across multiple decades. And again, that just shows the dedication of the fandom. It's when you're a Philly sports fan, it's for life.
Yeah, it's for life. It is in your genetics. It is part of you. And anytime you go to CBP, you see Kruk, you see McGraw, you see a lot of Harper, of course. You see JT. You're gonna see a lot of Turner this year. But you see a lot of Mike Schmidt.
Yeah.
I don't remember if I've seen many Larry Bowa jerseys. I've seen a few. But yeah, there's decades.
And it's just you're not gonna get that in a lot of other cities. They're gonna wear the jerseys of who's big right now.
Yeah. Exactly. And I try to stay away from the most popular player to be my favorite and to be, the jersey I buy because they get enough love. So, and that's partially why I love Stott and Bohm as my favorites because they're not, the 10-figure guys. They're not the 15-year contracts. They're not yet. So, and they're from our own farm.
Yes.
They're
We love our
product.
homegrown fills.
Yeah. So a mix of all of those things. You'll see a lot of Bohm. You'll see a few Stott here and there. I wear a lot of Stott jerseys, but that's because he's my favorite player. But you see a lot of different names everywhere.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's awesome.
It's my favorite part.
Yeah, and then let's see so they won that game that I went to.
Mm-hmm.
Our two besties, Appel and Hall, neither of them were there that day, which I realized it makes sense because this facility is so small.
Yeah.
It does, and it just doesn't make sense for if you're not going to play that day for you to be there. So
yeah,
I will just have to meet them another time.
Yes, hopefully at least one of them are there when I go in 2 weeks.
Yeah,
but especially they're more likely to with everybody going to the World Baseball Classic.
Yeah.
I have more faith in being able to see Derek Hall than I do Appel, just because Appel is in the bullpen.
Yes.
So I have more faith I'll be able to see Derek Hall. But I forget where I was going with this. Oh yeah. So you were saying how they just leave, and I thought it was funny. I thought it was funny to see that when Wheeler was pitching, as soon as he was done pitching, he was out. He was signing some autographs and left. It was the funniest thing to see.
And again, I have never thought of these things before until I saw them in person. No. Trey Turner, especially, of course, everyone's eyes were on him. He plays a couple innings. And then I literally watched him, grab his stuff, walk out of the dugout, same thing, sign a couple autographs, and then he was just gone. And that's the beauty of spring training, I guess. The players have a lot of freedom to, I'm sure he went home to his wife and kid, or, maybe they went golfing or something. Shout out Beckham. His wife's named Kristen. We love the families, obviously. So whatever they did, it wasn't at the ballpark.
No. And I just think it's funny because I never noticed it. And then you told me about it after you went to the game. And then as soon as I saw Wheeler signing autographs, I knew he was leaving. And he threw 2 great innings and just got out.
Peace out.
It's just so funny.
I mean, spring training is it's such a different beast, but I love it. I love how casual everything is, and it's just such low stakes, and you can tell they're all just having so much fun being out there. And then then they get to go home and hang out with their families or do whatever they want to do. It's pretty cool.
Yeah, it is. And I cannot express how excited I am. I've always wanted to go to spring training. But we only had 4 or 5 games now, not including the Tigers game.
Yeah.
Who would you say, I know it's early, obviously, but who would you say has been the most surprising?
The first person I thought of was like Weston Wilson. I feel like he has come out of nowhere.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. So that's been surprising. I think there's just been a lot of pleasant surprises. So yeah, that was kind of the first person that came to mind. What about you?
Yeah, Weston Wilson is easily the number one that comes to mind. De La Cruz has had a good start too.
Mm-hmm.
I really like De La Cruz. Jake
Also,
Cave
we're
had a
just
home run today.
Oh yeah, yes. De La Cruz, we're also just talking about how we would like to take a photo. He's not listening, but if you're listening, we would like to take a photo with you because we are 5 feet tall
Yep.
and he's 6'8", and it would just be funny. And I also tweeted out on Sunday. Check it out. I had a picture of him next to Trey Turner, and they were talking to each other. And Trey Turner looked short.
That's
and
right.
Trey Turner,
I did see that.
Trey Turner is 6'2", and he was looking short next to De La Cruz, and it was just very entertaining. And I was texting Kylie like, "Well, now he knows how we feel. We're always looking up at everyone."
Yeah, seriously. He's 6'8". Like, how tall is Alec Boehm? I think Boehm is like one of the only players that can rival.
I want to say 6'5".
No, he's got to be taller than 6'5". He is. What the hell? He is 6'5".
Told you, I'm pretty well versed on the heights. I think it was Rocky. Shout out Rocky on Twitter. I'll have to double check though if it was you. That said that the Phillies are a tall pitcher factory. That doesn't have to do with Taylor Cruz, but like we do have a lot. Painter being 6'7", like we have a lot of tall pitchers.
He's 6'7"?
I think so.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Why?
That one Twins pitcher today, I Googled, he was like 6'9". My goodness.
Why are they not playing? What? I mean, I'm glad Painter's not playing basketball, but what?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Oh my god.
Yep. Tall pitcher factory.
That blows. Yeah, that blows my mind. Like I know athletes are tall, but 6'9"?
Yeah. That's a very tall person.
I mean, that's shorter than Embiid, but most centers, but like that's still tall.
And I was talking about this with my best friend over the weekend. Like, if you're a pitcher that's like 6'4" or taller, does that give you an advantage?
Yes, 100%.
Yeah, I agree. That's what I was saying when we were chatting about it. You just have that you can see over everything. I don't know.
Your stride is longer.
Yeah.
So the longer your stride, I guess the closer you are to home plate. Which is less time you have to see the ball.
Mm-hmm.
And which makes the ball look faster.
Yeah. But we can ask, if we get another tall pitcher on the pod, if Mark comes back on, we can ask him that. Like, what's it like?
Repeat of Mark? Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
How tall is Mark Appel specifically?
He's tall.
Is he?
Yeah. So again, tall pitcher factory.
Apparently.
I think Brogdon is like 6'6".
Appel is 6'5". Wow.
Yeah, see? So just a lot of tall pitchers on this team.
Can I have some of that height?
I know, same.
Like, come on, dude.
We should do like when we're together, like a view from our perspective. Like I cannot reach anything.
Nope.
It's really hard.
I can't either. And then when I'm at work, because I work at a restaurant, that caters to tall people
Mm-hmm.
or normal height people. I was just like, I can't reach that. It's like up here and I can't reach.
Yeah, it's, there's pros and cons to being short and tall.
Isn't Haley 5'2"?
Yeah. Yep.
Is that what she said?
Yeah. So we're a very short podcast.
Yes, we are a players podcast and a short people's podcast. There we go.
Representation matters.
There's the new motto for players and short people.
Don't tempt us. We're gonna make that into a graphic.
No, seriously.
But seriously, if and when we get a picture with like a Pell and Hall, like when we're like, it's gonna be so funny.
Dude, how tall is Derek Hall? Now that like we have a.
While you're looking it up, it was mind blowing. He said he was 5'9" freshman year of high school. And
he's 6'4" now.
And now he's 6'4". So he had some kind of growth spurt in between freshman year of high school and now. So
yeah, for sure.
I stopped growing in 7th grade.
I stopped growing. I don't even know.
So yeah, I just remember because I remember those things.
Yeah,
Anyway.
I've always been the short person, so
Same. We're in it together.
Yes, absolutely. And Haley.
That's right.
Although she is 2 inches taller than us, which is not fair.
Right.
But yeah, it'd be really funny to get a 6'8" De La Cruz next to 2 5-foot people.
Yeah. So, we'll make it happen one day.
We have to. This is like the new mission.
I'm in.
Because we already have, we got Mark Appel, and then Mark Appel helped with Derek Hall.
Mm-hmm.
And now the line of succession continues.
Right.
So we got to keep it going, and somehow this will lead us to getting Bryce Harper. I don't know how, but it's going to lead us to getting all that.
Yeah, I agree.
How.
It will
happen. Just how the line of succession. It's just how the line of succession works.
Agreed.
What's this week? The rest of the week. Let me get the schedule up real quick. I don't know why I didn't have it, but the rest of the week they play every single day, which is my favorite part of spring training.
Mm-hmm.
Like, we may not get all the known players or the big names or whatever, but we still get like a game every day.
Amazing.
Like tomorrow we are at Boston, which D Hall did mention that it was like
a miniature Fenway. Yeah, that'll be interesting now that he told us that too.
Yeah, yeah, we might notice it now.
Mm-hmm.
And then Friday is against Detroit.
Okay.
And then Saturday is against Pittsburgh.
Okay.
And Sunday we play Toronto.
All right.
And they don't have a day off until Wednesday. Oh, geez. And then they don't have a day off for a while. And then after that, they get like, oh, I lied. Never mind. Yeah, they play a lot. Oh, my goodness. That's wild.
Yeah, again, spring training is kind of like unhinged, but it makes sense because there are so many players that need to get put in the games and just get playing time and see how they're doing and what potential they have.
Yeah, I mean, while you do want to see the big name guys, you do want to see Trey Turner, they already have a solidified spot, especially Turner, due to making $300 million over 11 years. His
Yep.
spot is pretty secure, right?
You think he makes the roster?
So, yeah, hot take. I think he makes the roster. That Bryce Harper guy, I don't know though.
Yeah.
To be determined. He's only on an 8-year deal now, so I think it's 8. I don't know how long has he been here. 4 years.
Yes.
So he's on like a 9-year deal now. But it's for the organization to know like who's going to be our depth, who, because outside of Reese, we really only have Derek Hall,
Right.
and we're going to need Derek Hall to be a DH.
Mm-hmm.
And I talked about this with Phil actually this morning on Trending in the AM.
Yeah. Shout out Phil.
Shout out Phil. You guys got to go check him out. But all over at DSM Media. But he asked me if I could see Hall doing it, being, a main guy. And at first I was like, I don't know, because it depends. Could he be the main guy? I think he can. But we're going to need him. He's definitely going to be on the major league roster. There's no doubt about that. Because who else do we have to play first?
Yeah, and I watched you on that morning show. You were awesome. And
Shout out you.
yes, I think the way that you both talked about with Bryce being out, the need to rotate the DH so that Castellanos doesn't have to play in the field every day. Reese doesn't have to play first every day. Bohm can get a couple days off at third base, like Schwarber at left field. All of these guys, yeah, it'll be absolutely critical to make sure that different people are being DH.
Yeah, and I mean, we all want consistency. We all want one guy there every single day and not have to worry about it. But until Bryce gets back, we gotta have a platoon of guys. I mean, we all want Castellanos to stay at designated hitter. We all want him to be DH, and because that's his position. That's what he does. He's a hitter. That's where we're gonna put him at. And with Bryce being hurt a lot last year, he had to really be in the outfield, and him being hurt as well, like it was chaotic for him. So this year, by the way, he does look more comfortable. That swing on the home run was beautiful.
Yeah, I can again. I was right there. It was amazing.
Yeah, he looks a lot more comfortable. And so they're testing out Sosa in center field, and I heard they're putting Hall in the outfield too. They're testing that out.
Yeah.
Yeah, so they have a lot of options with guys who are coming up. Because, like I said, without other than Reese, who do we have?
Yep.
We could put Bohm at first, but he's a third baseman.
Mm-hmm.
So could Castellanos play first? I don't know.
We're just gonna have to see what Topper does with this.
Yeah, we ride with Philly Rub.
We do.
Which, by the way, we talk about this a lot. But the fact that the players and I believe their wives and girlfriends wore I Ride with Philly Rob shirts.
Oh, they did. Yeah, they all did.
Like, there's a reason. Like, why? That's why I'm not concerned with the Phillies being able to replicate at least some of the magic that happened at the second half of the season, because like they rallied so much behind Topper. With who else would make shirts?
Yeah, I agree, and like both of the interviews we had with Mark Appel and Derek Hall, like it was just apparent how much they love Topper and trust him, and how that contributes to the family atmosphere.
Yeah, for sure. it still amazes me that the difference this team has been, and I can really tell that Topper lets them just be chaotic little crazy people.
Yeah.
Because I mean, Topper was like, "How many more, JT?" And then JT was like, "We got 3 more, Topper." And then Topper's like, "Add a baby," and then they all just start spraying champagne. Like he just lets them be chaotic.
Which they need to be, like.
Yeah, yeah. And I don't think did Stott do the cup pours with Girardi as manager?
Oh, I highly, highly doubt it.
That's what I was just. I didn't even think of that till
I don't
literally
think
just
so.
now.
Yeah. I don't think so. We can go back and look, but I really don't think so.
I don't think so. Which, by the way, that's my favorite part of the end games when Stott.
Me too. You got to stay for the interview just to see, if nothing else, to see Stott pour water on them.
Yeah, which, by the way, I have an issue with Nationals Park because
Tell us.
when I was at the doubleheader that we had at the end of the season, I bought tickets to both of those games. Now, the first game we won. I forgot to look in the dugout to see Stott do it. I forgot, and then it got rained out. The second game got delayed to the next day. So I go out there, we destroy the Nationals. They have a position pitcher pitch, a position player pitch, which was beautiful to see in person. It was hilarious. But we won, and I was like looking in the dugout to kind of see to see him do it because he does it after every win, and they got really mad at that. They got really mad at me trying to do that, and I was like,
yeah.
I told that to I told that to Stott's mom. I was like, they wouldn't let me. I was like, they wouldn't let me see it. I tweeted at her.
Yeah. Shout out, Sheena Stott. We love you.
I posted a tweet and I was like, they're not letting me see it. Yeah, it was. I was mad because I was like, I just want to see this. I hadn't seen it in person because I keep forgetting to look.
Listen, I'm with you. Nationals staff, it's not our fault that we beat you, and we just want to enjoy the moment.
It's not my fault. I also had never seen a multi-home run game. That happened in that game too. Schwarber had 2 home runs.
Yes, so good.
And I saw a daycare home run for the first time with Marsh.
Aww.
So I got almost everything. I'm waiting for a Stott home run.
I've seen one of those.
You have. You're at the Stott home run.
Yeah.
I also haven't seen Castellanos's home run. Yeah,
that was my first one. At spring training.
Ugh. Quick side note: I just got a notification. The Sixers are beating the crap out of the Heat right now.
Oh wow! Go Sixers.
I literally just got. Not okay. Weird. Anyway, but yeah, I forget where I was going with that, but yeah, I haven't seen a Castellanos home run yet.
Yeah, and I just did on Sunday, and I highly recommend. It's a great experience.
I saw Schwarber nuke, of course, because home opener. Can you imagine Trey Turner hitting a leadoff home run?
I can actually. I won't be there.
He'd be the third to do it.
We'll be there at the home opener, but I could see him doing it on the season opener also.
Yeah,
I don't know.
Yeah.
That'd be great.
Maybe he saves it for when he plays in Philadelphia.
Ideally.
Like a king.
Mm-hmm. We'll see.
I don't know. But I'm just glad baseball's back. I can't like it's been a week and I don't want it to stop.
Yeah, it's awesome. Again, the games literally don't count, but
No.
it's just nice to be able to watch baseball again.
Yeah, it absolutely is. And I think that's kind of makes it better to watch in a way because you don't exactly care if they win or lose. You're just glad baseball's back and games are being played.
You're absolutely right. We're used to being pretty stressed out. So
Yeah, especially this postseason, I could use a stress-free Phillies game.
mm-hmm.
Except I was still screaming at my TV when they loaded the bases and then had a wild pitch, which put us within one, and then an error, which tied the game.
Yeah. Yep.
That's literally the most Phillies thing ever. It's okay. We're gonna win the World Series this year, and it'll be fine. It'll be a mini highlight.
That's right.
Well, this was a short episode. There's nothing crazy to talk about this week. No special guests, but we do have 2 episodes next week with 2 special guests, and the week after we have something too. So if you're watching this is how we know you're watching. Tweet at us and let us know we have a special guest coming on the week after next too for episode 18.
Yep.
So if you are truly listening, let us know that you are by saying there's a special guest for episode 18.
And who do you think it is? That'll be interesting to see if you have any guesses.
There's no way they're gonna get it right.
I know.
There's literally no possible way.
I know, but I think it'll be funny. See,
It'll definitely be funny. I want to see if Phillies News watches till the end. I want to see if he comes up with someone funny because you know he will.
I agree. By the way, we should talk briefly about the new rules and how we're feeling.
Oh, that's right. I meant to talk about that. The pitch clock, I don't like it.
I don't like it either, and clearly the players don't like it.
No, Zach Wheeler did not. He did not. He made it very clear he hated that pitch clock. He tried to be as nice as possible, but he was like, "I do not like it."
Yeah.
Yeah, he's not a fan. If he's not a fan, I'm not a fan.
I mean, I agree. It's like, what is shaving 30 minutes off a game? If you're a true baseball fan, like,
yeah, if you're a true baseball fan, you appreciate the 3-hour game.
And like, yeah, and you know, that's part of being at the game is you can also get up and like walk around, get a drink, chat with your friends, you know, like it's part of the experience. And if the game's 2.5 hours, like I'm gonna feel like I need to be in my seat the whole time.
Yeah. I know I said this a few episodes ago that I was okay with it and I liked it. But and I said sorry, not sorry, but
You're taking it back?
So not exactly, because I still like the fact that pitchers aren't taking 20 years to throw to pitch a ball, and
yeah, we
batters,
talked about adjusting the gloves and like all that stuff, and yeah.
So I'm glad that's out. That's not happening anymore, and I won't have to hear my dad say pitch the ball. That's nice. But I think the length of the game was fine just the way it was. I went to a Nationals Padres game, Juan Soto's return. That game was 4.5 hours.
Yeah.
And I was totally fine with it. So if you truly appreciate the game, you are fine with the length of the game, most likely. Now, I understand people like it, but.
And there's already been a couple situations. There was the Boston Atlanta game.
Yep.
It was like bases loaded, bottom of the ninth, and they ended the game because the runner, the batter, like didn't get in the box or something. Again, I don't remember the exact situation, but it was what Mark was alluding to that would happen. Like this pitch clock is gonna affect games late in the game, or like imagine that happening in a postseason game.
Yeah, exactly.
The outcome is affected because of the pitch clock. That is something that they really, really need to consider changing.
See, but it hurt the Braves. So is it really a bad thing?
I know. I thought about that too.
Like I know Philly's Twitter was all like, okay, maybe we like this rule.
Yeah, I know, but if it
but
were
in
us,
reality,
we'd be mad.
Yeah, if it was us, we'd be mad. So you gotta not be biased with that one. But you can make the joke.
Yeah, exactly.
The pickoff limit, I love. I don't care.
Same.
And I've said this multiple times. It's probably because of MLB The Show that I hate it so much. But I literally hate seeing pitchers pick off a batter 5 times before they pitch a ball.
Yeah. Agreed.
I obviously understand it's strategic and all that crap, and you want to keep the runner as close to the base as possible because of stealing, and if there's a hit, you want them to be as close to the start as possible and all that. But I cannot stand continuously seeing pitchers try to pick off the runner at first. It is so annoying.
Yeah, I'm with you on that.
And I don't think that'll ever change.
Mm-hmm.
The bases seem to be flatter, which I think is better for the legs of the players.
Mm-hmm.
Better for the ACLs, maybe.
And probably the larger size of the bases too, because you don't have to, I don't know, stretch as far or exert yourself as much.
Yeah, we've had, players get hurt by a runner trying to go onto the base and just all that stuff. So it's not to get more offense, it's to kind of make it a little bit safer in a way for the player. And you like with the NFL, it's like getting too soft a little bit. But I don't see this one as being too soft at all. I think I like it. And it's not a huge difference, but it does make a difference.
Yeah, agreed.
And I still don't really think it'll help much with base running too much. It probably will a little bit, but I don't know. I haven't really seen it come into play yet.
Yeah, that's the thing. And again, spring training is one thing. We're gonna have to wait and see how these play out in the regular season.
Exactly. Is there another rule that we haven't touched up on yet?
Pick off, pitch clock, bases, ban the shift.
Oh my God, the shift. I'm glad it's gone.
But we both hate the shift.
Yeah. That's an unpopular take amongst baseball lovers. I don't care. I'm glad it's gone.
I don't either. Yeah.
You should be able, as a professional player making tens of millions of dollars, you should be able to adjust your swing. I don't care. I'm glad it's gone.
Yep. Agreed.
Ryan Howard and lefties are praising that rule.
I know. I meant to ask D Hall about that too, but again, next time he's on.
Yes, next time he's on for sure, because hopefully he'll be on more because he's our best friend.
He is. What? No, we have no emotional attachment to the players that we've talked
to. None at all. They're cool, I guess. It's fine. That feels like a good note to leave off on.
I agree. Again, we love them very much.
Yes,
thank
absolutely.
you for coming on our show.
Yeah, you guys are cool, I guess.
Yeah.
As always, thank you guys so much for listening. Be sure to tune in to all of our episodes on Spotify, YouTube, Twitch. We're on Instagram, all at Bell Smashers Pod or podcast, depending on, next week we have Alec Carr and Connor Thomas. So that's 2 great people to talk to. So that's very exciting. Alex is going to be showing on Monday and Connor's going to be on Friday. So
Yeah.
yeah, it's gonna be fun. I want the season to start already though.
I know. It's only March 1st. They start on March 30th. But
Yes,
it's happening this month, everyone.
Yes, this month. So we only got 29 more days to go. Nick Maton days. So
Aw, Wolfie.
yeah, Wolfie.
It's okay.
I wonder what the nicknames are going to be now. Who's going to do the nicknames?
Someone's got to do it.
I think Marsh can do it.
Yeah.
Marsh is the guy.
Done.
All right. We will see you guys twice next week.
Thanks. Bye.